everybody, Splash here, back again with a little build expo and a challenge if you'd like to try this one out for yourself. About a year ago, Lemon Frayed invited me and a couple of other content creators to partake in this challenge. And you know me, I love those kinds of things. That is why there are so many of them on this site. Of course I said yes. I was nominated by Avatar Q after she finished this stunning ice cream shop. Head on over to her channel. No, not now. I still haven't shared my build. You can go there later. Ku is listed among the other builders as a collaborator, and in the description you will also find the links to the other builders' submissions. Anyway, you'll love Ku's content. It's always super creative and presented with the best sense of humor. So, about this challenge. It's all about creativity and fun, but in a smaller package. It's called the 10x10 challenge because that's how large you're allowed to build. 10 meters times 10 meters. But there is a catch. You must build something inspired by a crafting station. You can't pick whichever you want either. You'll have to spin this wheel. Oh, the artisan table. Okay. I can work with that. Let's go industrial. I'm thinking moving parts, or at least things that look like they should be moving. Cogs and... We'll need to use stone for this. What else do we see on the artisan table? Blue light. We need to recreate that somehow. That will look kind of magical, don't you think? I have an idea. So, I've always loved Studio Ghibli movies, like Spirited Away and, of course, Howl's Moving Castle. Let's draw inspiration from that. Lots of chimneys, rounded roofs that are in different levels, balconies. We'll need some sort of engine that runs everything too, so steam maybe? No. Let's not stop there. Let's have several alternate engines connected to the same hub. I want to build a water wheel, so we'll need to pick a spot along this river here where the water is deep. So, yeah. This is the spot. We need to keep in mind that everything has to fit within these 10x10 meters, so let's start by building the frame for it. I'm allowed to add decorations outside of the frame. The main structure has to be within these markers though. The water wheel could probably be considered purely decorational since it doesn't really work, but since it's such a huge part of what I'm building, it doesn't feel right to stretch the rules on that one. To create the water wheel, I start by writing a huge circle on a sign. The circle can be found in the character map on your computer, and this tool is very useful for all kinds of shenanigans with signs. You'll find a link in the description. In a survival situation, I'd never built something as iron heavy as this, but since I've decided to build this in stone, I'll need to make sure the structure is sturdy. There is iron all over the place. I also built a custom staircase, there's a guide for that, up in the right corner right now. Crown gears are built using archery targets and round tables. For the humming sound, I've hidden wisp torches inside the walls here and there. And I'm using dragon tears as a light source, both for the color and the wispy magic effect it has. Okay, returning to the blue light. We are creating magic somehow, so let's pretend that we're extracting essence out of mage caps? Yeah, mage caps. And since I'm using dev commands, I can also spawn in those blue mushrooms that never made it into the actual game. And what's the purpose of extracting magic essence out of mushrooms? Yeah, of course, we need it for the castle to move. So here it is, the Artisan's moving tower. Standing rather still at the moment, but you get the idea. A steampunk Baba Yaga maybe? I wonder if the tower has chicken legs underground. And now it's time for me to pass the torch to another creative builder. I nominate Brie Gaines from Australia. If you haven't seen her builds before, you're going to love them. I can't wait to see what she'll come up with. Thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like, maybe even subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye!